No, it's moving too slow for a shooting star.
Oh, is that a UFO? That's a UFO.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just days ago, this was seen in the western Oklahoma City sky around 7:30 p.m. local time. Now, notably, SpaceX had launched a rocket earlier, but it would have been seen 180 degrees in the other direction. And then 4 days after that new video, the Pentagon released its first of 2 reports on its UFO research. According to the report, it has no evidence of UFOs, and videos like this are simply misidentified. NewsNation special correspondent Ross Coulthart has been tracking the story from the very beginning and joins us now. Ross, thanks so much for taking the time.
It's a real pleasure, Natasha.
Let's start with this new video out of western Oklahoma City. I know you have seen plenty of UAP video. What is making this one in particular stand out?
I'm fascinated by the fact that apparently it has a glow, that the people who were there on the ground described seeing a kind of a faint glow around it. And then you've got that weird sort of circle that is adjacent to it. It's very hard to sort of make a determination just on the basis of one video, because you obviously want to look at flight tracker and see if there were planes in the area. I note that you've checked with SpaceX, and there were no space flights that could possibly explain it. But it's very strongly indicative of a lot of objects that, frankly, never get explained, that appear in skies, not just over America, but all over the world. Objects that appear spherical at times, but also have this weird pulsing blue glow about them. And frankly, it's a mystery that even the Pentagon admits it can't explain. And that's why, even though we've got this report that came down this week, begrudgingly, between all the fine print, there's still the admission made by the Pentagon's UFO Investigation Office that there is a genuine UAP mystery being seen by tens of thousands of people all over the world.
Yeah, and I want to ask you about this new report because you spoke with UAP whistleblower David Grush, and he said the government has an extraction program for UFOs. This new Pentagon report this week is refuting that. What do you make of this?
Look, I think there's an act of willful blindness by the Pentagon's UFO office. They're not talking to the people that I've spoken to and that David Grush has spoken to. In fact, David Grush never even got interviewed by AARO. This is the absurdity of this. The simple fact is so many of the whistleblowers just didn't trust the UAP investigation office because, frankly, it's the Pentagon. Why would you put the fox in charge of guarding the henhouse? I mean, the simple fact is the Pentagon is being accused of a cover-up. So is the intelligence community. Why on earth would we expect that any credible report would come down with a finding that proves what David Grush has got to say? And I can tell you, his allegations have been proven and accepted as credible by another arm of government, by the oversight body for the entire intelligence community, the Intelligence Community Inspector General. And that's why this is important, because we now have 2 separate arms of government, the defense community, the Pentagon, and the intelligence community at complete odds with one another about the reality. And I think Congress now has a job on its hands to actually get to the truth here. If anything, what the Pentagon has done is draw a line in the sand, making it clear it doesn't want to be open and transparent with the American public.
You know, interesting. And if there is a program that exists in retrieving crashed UFOs or trying to reverse engineer extraterrestrial technology, why do you think that would be kept a secret? Why would that be important to not release information to the general public about that?
Well, I've actually had conversations with people on the inside, and the commonest excuse used is national security, that we're protecting weaponry, propulsion systems, and energy systems. But increasingly, I skeptically wonder whether what's happening is a group, a very small group, is trying to protect itself, frankly, from public embarrassment and possible criminal retribution by the American public. What we're talking about here is a breach of Executive Order 12333, an order that bans covert operations against the American public to influence them or to falsely influence the media. And that's what's happening here. I mean, I think it's a grave allegation. It's actually a constitutional crisis for America that we now have arms of government saying completely different things about a phenomenon that even the Pentagon begrudgingly admits is real. And now the intelligence community, Inspector General, is saying that Mr. Grush's allegations were in fact credible and urgent. And so is the Congress. Behind the scenes, there are congressional representatives and senators telling me and many others that they're determined to get to the truth of all of this.
I always leave conversations with you with more questions. There's a lot to uncover. Ross Coulthart, we always appreciate your time. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.